दुनिया सोपते होता साल मार्च 15 the World Consumer Rights Day mana nishina aji Nagaland State Consumer Disputes Redressal Commission bi to the baklushe kude taikam pa consumer rights upper discussion or awareness dishi law officers rest house Dimapur special guest Justice S Hukato Sukun SCDRC laga president bi ase tai pra poila aro aji kali laga trade aro commerce किमान अलग खुशी तो ऊपर खोता खुशी एक ता प्रोड्यूसर पा ताई निजो लगा लैब करने भावना कुरिगिना काम कुरिले कंज्यूमर्स सब के इफेक्ट कुरि जबो खुशी सुपा कंज्यूमर्स खान निजो लगा राइट्स जानी बोल लग्या लगा ऊपर स्ट्रेस खुशी
The highest dignitary to the lowest dignitary is a consumer. So it's a very, very big department, you see. But it cannot exist only on its by name itself. Every consumer has to be a responsible consumer. If some of your rights are being abridged, then you must agitate. Don't be like some people who keep on complaining without any reasons also. But if there is reasons where the Act provides that you are protected, you must take steps to do it. The earlier days of trade and commerce, which we have known, is no more. Things have changed. Sea of changes have come into this trade and commerce thing. It has become a big weapon to destroy you. It has become a very big weapon to give you a good life. As the years went by, you see, it becomes a service world, it becomes a monopoly world where the traders are hoarding things, shooting up the prices. They do their own things, whichever way, at the cost of the consumers. And who is the consumer? Everybody is a consumer. Isn't it? So everybody is affected when a producer does some mischief for his personal gain. So this safety has to be legislated upon. In our country also we have legislated 1986. We brought out the Consumer Protection Act. Then again new act has come, that is 2019 I think, no? 2019 I think. 2019 is the latest enactment. So these rights, whatever, after that, these days, someone will come on the motorbike, brrr, then horn, pip, 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 what are you, how have you come for? Oh, your thing. That is e-commerce, isn't it? As the trade system progresses, we are beginning to face new problems. So we have to innovate and we have to legislate upon new laws. So e-commerce laws have come up.
The concerns about this generative AI are basically, I'll just summarize it in 3 points. How do we protect consumers against disinformation, misinformation, or even for that matter, deepfake? I think almost all of you will be aware of what deepfake is, right? It's like a digitally manipulated media. So in some cases, in India, I'm not sure we have had any cases like that, but there has been cases in the Western countries where, for instance, maybe a small online-based seller had asked one of the consumers to send a picture of maybe the dress that they were selling. So the consumer had sent that the picture along with a review, so that was it was all in good faith, yeah. But now when you publish that on a website, now it's in a public forum. So if those pictures are not protected, it is hackers or illegal entities could misuse that picture and then morph your image and maybe put your face into somebody's body maybe put it up on illegal websites, porn websites, etc. So those things have happened. So when we talk about consumer safety, it is not just in terms of your bodily safety. Your online safety, but also your bodily safety as well. So that is one concern. And obviously, ethical and trustworthy usage and collection of consumer data. As we all know, when we do online transactions, we tend to give a lot of our personal information. It could be date of birth, it could be your phone, it could be your bank details, right? So when our systems are not secured, or when the website itself is not secured, it could be prone to hackers who could misuse that data to hack into your personal information. They could misuse your bank accounts, etc. So that is also one area of concern. I would just like to draw your attention to this authority that has been constituted under the new act, which is the Central Consumer Protection Authority. As the nomenclature suggests, it is a central authority, and they have been set up to control fake advertisements, and so that the sellers do not take advantage from the consumers. Here, the definition of dark patterns has been defined, and this is very important because even in this Amazon case, this state consumer has, the Chandigarh Commission had relied heavily on this definition. So basically, dark pattern mean any practices or deceptive design pattern that is designed to mislead or trick users, which subverts or impairs the consumer autonomy to make a choice, amounting to misleading advertisement or unfair trade practice or violation of consumer rights. During the pandemic, we saw a rise in small home-based online. The small business owners, although it is very important for economy, it is also not being regulated. So that is a loophole that is yet to be addressed. Whereas this e-commerce rule specifically said that if you are an e-commerce entity, you have to register your corporation, you have to give all your details, you have to have a refund policy, you have to have a nodal grievance officer, etc., etc., etc. Whereas small business owners don't have the means or the infrastructure to do that also. So how do we regulate e-commerce regulations while protecting small business owners? That is a question that is still out in the open. I would like to encourage all of you to also think about this. We could be faced with a situation where maybe somebody here could come up with a complaint against a small business owner, again based here in Dimapur itself.
The Consumer Protection Act 2019 provides as many as 6 fundamental rights to the consumer. As our previous speakers, Madam has mentioned, now this mechanism includes legal recourse, mediation, or alternative dispute resolutions, that is ATR. Now firstly, let us discuss as to under what circumstances a complaint can be filed. In case of loss or damages caused to a consumer due to the unfair trade practice or unethical practices, or if the article purchased by the consumer is defective, or in case of deficiency in service, or in case of sale of hazardous goods or services to the public. Now these are the circumstances under which one can file a complaint. Now number 2 is where to file a complaint. Where a consumer can file a complaint. Now this Act provides a 3-tier consumer dispute redressal agencies. As we all know, these 3-tier consumer redressal agencies are the District Consumer Dispute Redressal Commission in every district, and the State Consumer Dispute Redressal Commission at the state level, and the National Consumer Dispute Redressal Commission at the national level. Now, how to file a complaint there are no hard and fast rule, or there is no any standard format as to how to file a complaint. Okay, one can file a complaint even in a sheet of paper, plain paper, as I've printed out in the leaflet. One you can refer it. And stamp paper is not required for declaration in the complaint paper. The complaint should contain the details of the complainant as well as against whom, that is the opposite parties